5 ways to bring up an exhibit. Now, before we get into some of the main features of presentation mode, we'll need to know how to bring up the exhibits you'll be presenting in court. And there are 5 different ways. Number 1, type in the document ID, exhibit number, or trial exhibit number, and then press enter. Notice that as you type, the letters and numbers are displayed in the lower right-hand corner of the screen. This is why I like to keep these names as short as possible when assigning them in Case Explorer. The longer the name, the more you have to type. The longer it'll take for the documents to appear on the screen in court. And longer names also increase the risk of typing incorrect characters and bringing up the wrong exhibit or page. Trust me, you don't want that to happen. To clear the screen, hit the Escape button once. Number 2, use workbooks. Workbooks and their contents are available for easy call-up on the toolbar below. You can show the workbooks portion of the toolbar by clicking on the arrow icon on the left-hand side of the toolbar, or hiding it by pressing on the arrow to the right of the green launch button. Notice that you have 2 menu boxes. The first one, on the left, displays the workbook name. The name shown is that of the active and currently accessible workbook. If you've created other workbooks, they can also be accessed in the pull-up menu or by clicking on the arrows to the left and right of the name. The box to the right contains all of the exhibits that were added to the active workbook. When you open up the pull-up menu, you'll see a scrolling list of the exhibits, and you can determine which naming convention to view and use, whether it's the document ID, trial exhibit, or exhibit designations. The green launch button to the right is used to call up the exhibit on deck. Simply click on it, and you'll notice that the on deck exhibit now displays on the screen. The ID or exhibit name appears on the top left-hand corner of the page, and if there's more than one item in the workbook, you'll notice that the on-deck exhibit name has now changed. 3. Barcode scanning. TrialDirector allows the option for you to print out your exhibits in various forms with barcodes. The barcode symbols are simply translations of your document ID and exhibit names. Similar to going to the grocery store, you can use a barcode scanner to bring up your documents. And most barcode scanners have an easy USB plug-and-play capability. This call-up feature has a few benefits. Number 1, it allows attorneys with no on-site support staff or hot seat techs to call up exhibits on their own, either from the lectern or at counsel table, depending on the length of the scanner's cord or whether it's wireless. 2, the beep, when used judiciously, can have a Pavlovian dog effect. You'll notice that after a while, when the jurors hear the beep, their eyes will automatically look up to the screen. It's almost like watching the audience at a tennis match. Their heads will move in unison to view the exhibit being displayed. I've also used the beep to wake up a few sleeping jurors, too. I'm not kidding either. Note: some judges do not like the beeping noise. They find it to be a courtroom distraction. The problem is that most barcode scanners do not have a volume on and off button. You have to program the sound off by using a barcode booklet that comes with the scanner. A client of mine once had a trial in federal court, and both sides were using barcode scanners to bring up their exhibits. But early in the trial, the judge ordered them to turn the scanner sounds off because he disliked the noise. My client was able to program the scanner to be silent, but the other side didn't know how to do it. So in the end, the opposition was unable to use their barcodes, while our side used the barcodes throughout the whole trial and won. Number 4, drag and drop using Extended Desktop. If you're using the Extended Desktop for your presentation, the drag and drop feature comes in very handy. An Extended Desktop allows the user to show the presentation mode or slideshow view mode in PowerPoint onto a projector or TV while still being able to view and work on the other applications on the laptop so that the audience cannot see. It splits your working space in two while allowing you to move your cursor to interact with each screen. So, with both the case library and presentation mode windows open at the same time, you can now drag those items from Case Explorer onto the presentation screen during your trial presentation, and then release. You can also drag the items onto the presentation preview screen and then click on Present Preview. Note: make sure that you drop the items into the middle of the screen so that they display centered. We'll talk about using different parts of the screen to show side-by-side comparisons and multiple items at a time in detail in the lesson on zones. Number 5, scrolling. Once you've got a multi-page exhibit already on the screen, TrialDirector allows you to easily navigate through that document to display other pages within the document. So if the document has more than one page, you can right-click on the mouse, hold the button down until you see the hand icon, then move the cursor up and down the page to scroll. Similar to how you would scroll through a PDF. At the bottom of the page, you'll find a thin button with 3 dots. Click and hold your cursor over the icon. A panel will appear that will allow you to page back and forth through the document by clicking on the arrows. To the left of the arrows, you can see how many pages are in that document, as well as the page that's being shown on the screen. At the top, there's a slider that you can use to scrub through your document pages much more rapidly. The slider is a handy tool when trying to navigate quickly through larger exhibits. There are buttons that allow you to go to the beginning and to the end. The panel includes other annotation tools also found on the main toolbar, such as rotation tools, displaying and hiding annotations, as well as enlarging the page to fit the width of the screen and bringing it back to full page mode again. This panel is also available with DVD-type controls when displaying videos. And as always, when you want to clear the screen in presentation mode, simply press the Escape button. Note: the communication between the attorney and hot seat tech is crucial in determining how fast an exhibit appears on the screen. I recommend having a dress rehearsal before trial so that any process issues can be preempted and everyone can be on the same page.